Recording. Nice. All right. Let me get comfortable here in just a second. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and pull up our air to ground. That's mainly what we're going to be using. And what's going on? Okay, it's still working. Got it. Power that on. Go to our GBU12s. Do them singly. CCR. TGP. And then go back to that. And we want our HAD over here. And HSD. Know where we're going. Alright, here we go.
Forward 1, abort takeoff. Forward 1, taxi to parking area.
Nose wheel steering. Oh, I feel like I'm sitting high. Center. There we go. I feel like I was up in the air. And I'll check when I get to the runway, but I'm pretty sure it's waypoint 3 or 4. Yeah. It's going to be waypoint 3. Down here, we got that yellow circle out there is our site. So we're gonna go in, shoot some harms off, get some GB12s on target, and then go for the refuel. So I know it's masked, clear. We got 9,000 pounds, so ooh. Could have just messed some stuff up there. See if the gear goes up. It seems we're good. I was not paying attention, got a little quick. Hello. I don't know what that means. Threat level down. Alright, set autopilot here. Let me look around. Cat 3. Lasers on. WR, yada yada yada. And we could even set, yeah, heading to waypoint, so right at it. Come on, burner. Ba-ba-ba. Barrow, auto. Shit. Why it says low in the HUD? It's weird. Whoa. That's what happens when you reset your stuff mid-flight. Sometimes a hard reset's all you need. I get this thing right here. Anyway, let's push in. Let's get these. Oh, we gotta redo this again. Ta-da! On. CCR is set. Air to ground. Da-da-da. Go back to the AGM. I'm going to set our HAD to this. Our TGB to our left. TGB already sees it. And go ahead and change that to white hot. Over here. Yeah, it sees it. So that's good. Actually put it in standby for now. And what that should do is cover it up. So we don't have to look at it, but we'll put it back into air to ground, go back to HAD. We need to get on these dudes. Once we hit that circle, the problem is we're gonna have to fire one, let it hit, and then fire do a circle, come back, fire the other one, because it's gonna pick up that radar. And if I fire them both, then it's just gonna hit that one. So we're just go in an orbit, do a nice little circle, let that thing do its job. Let it do its thing. You can actually watch it. Here we go. Cheers. Come on, Nelly. I have my Cougar MFDs down here still, so I can see where the plane's at, what it's doing, what my level is. Make sure we're not falling out of the sky or anything. Looks like we're making a good turn. This should be a direct hit on one SAM site. We're gonna bunker bust those two bunkers right there. We're gonna imagine they have more stored away that they are gonna pull out on us. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna continue turning here. Da, 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 da. Continue turning past the TGP. It's back up. So we should have one SA6 left here. And level out here. Come out of burner. We should have one. Let's see. Nope, we're still showing two. It's not good. What is going on? Here we go. We're showing two. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so now that one has gone cold. Target the other one. And we'll give her the old treatment here. Away. And it sees me. Let's see. Come on. We're gonna ride the line here. F6. See what we can do with that. Don't hit the same target, please. Please. Yeah, looks good. Here we go. Perfect. I think. Bullseye. Now we can come down here, turn on our TGP, go back to SMS, switch over, GB12s, drop them one at a time. Let's pick a target. Let's see. We're wanting bunkers, so this a little zoom out. We do have JDAMs equipped. Point is marked. Oh, we gotta set our lays time, so we're gonna go to list. We're going to go to miscellaneous and go to 5. And then we're going to set lays time to 2. Actually, turn. We're going to go down, down to 5. Enter. Awesome. So that's going to get us our bunker shot here. There we go. And then we're going to HSD it up. And we're going to turn in. Whoa. 6, 5, 3, 2, 1. GBU out. Very heavy. We're gonna hold that. Should be lasing. Should be. Keep it tracks. There it goes. Laser's on. Coming back on throttle. Lasing. Let's see here. Should be a bunker hit, if I had to guess. And I'll show you on the next one what it looks like from the cockpit when it is lasing. I'll show you the actual MFD. So, in a way, splash bunker. So, and if you look in the HUD, you can see the L means lasing on that target. If you look at the MFD, the L flashing, L1688 is my laser code, and it is flashing on that target. It means we have lased it, and that's where the bomb went. And then that's our laser time right there. So after that bomb comes out of the plane, it'll start lasing. Let's get straightened up here. Make a turn back in, and we'll find another target. Fly out a little ways here. So if you look at the F right here, it's AL, which is out minimum, and then the F is how far you are from your currently marked point, so, or your waypoint. And then the 000 dots right there are, you know, the time away from it. So we could just make a little takeoff autopilot, make a quick cut back here and find a target. See if we can smack one of these tanks right there. Line your middle line up. Here we come. Red X below right there. We are point marked on, let's see, make sure we're lined up here. Come out of burner. Ooh. We're point marked on, actually that position right there is pretty good, so we'll stay point marked on him. And wait for the drop. We're 9 miles. It's going to count down in 4, 3, 2, 1, and it's going to give you a circle. There it is. It's going to flash. It's going to reset. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold pickle. Pickle. I think. Let's see. No pickle. Should've. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. We go again. We go again. I don't know why that one didn't release. We could drop it, you know, I prefer dropping the bunker busters with laser guided. If you can do CCIP, like the basically your line of sight dropping it, there is AAA down there, so I don't want to get too terribly close. Let's see here, still directly below us. I don't know why that one didn't go. Let's see, SMS. They're still good there, everything's set up. Master arm, all that stuff. I'm out of burner, gonna go back in for it. Actually, we're probably gonna stay in burner. Here we go. Alright. Got a line up here. Should be good to wait for circle. There it is. Time it out. And 7 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Pickle. That one went. Okay. Hold altitude. Go back to Cat 1. SMS. Selective jettison. Allows. And then go out of selective. Go back to HSD. Come out of. There. We're lasing here. Should see a splash. TGP just flipped. Ten seconds. Splash. Shack. Sorry. Technical terms. It's all technical. Anyway, let's do the deed and find the tanker. Where's he at? There's one to our left at 26,000. Or our right, sorry. Who is that? Let's find out who he is. Wow. Let's see. He is on his last leg. He's got one leg to go. So we'll go Arco 2-1. Basically. So I'll come down here. Actually, I will store my targeting pod. And go ahead and turn off both of these hard points. Hard point off, hard point off. And then we can go out of air to ground. HSD. Come over here to data link. Let's make it soy and select our back tanker. That's the one we want. And let's see here. He is back there. Alright. A little ways to go. We're gonna try and basically just meet him in his, fly straight at him and then just whip a Yui and come back to him, so should have plenty of fuel. Oh. I am just dropping altitude like a silly head. We get up to about 20, hold it 27,000 and go up to him. Better fuel mileage, so. Ooh, hiccup. We need to trim this plane out though. Make it very difficult to refuel if it's not trimmed out. We don't want the one in front of us. And now we ride it out. Kind of want to go parallel to him when you're flying right at him. That way, when he does get semi close to us, we start making our U-turn and just meet him as he flies by us in a sense. I have not perfected aerial refueling, but I have gotten better. Alright, we're gonna hold here. Altitude, hold on. There's our tanker, straight out in front, where that little boy is over there. He is semi-close. Looks like we overflew him just a touch, so we're gonna stay left here. And we'll just give him a shout and rendezvous and Arco 2-1, closest one, is highlighted yellow up the top right. And we'll give him the intent.
Arco 2-1, forward 1, request rejoin.
That way he knows we're coming.
Forward 1, Arco 2-1, proceed to pre-contact at 26,000 at 280.
He is 10 miles away from me. I'm going to start making my kind of U-turn towards him. I'm going to drop an altitude while I'm doing it here. He's obviously closing extremely quickly. And 3, 2, 1. Fly right at him here. Just over the head, and can do a cool little move. What we'll do is we'll get up above him and go flip over. Lose a little bit of altitude doing that, but why not rip on the plane a little bit, you know? Out of data link, so we're not blind here. Gain altitude. Actually eliminate some of this stuff here. Yeah, so, whatever. Alright, we got him out front. These tankers are set up late in the mission, so if you do go and blow stuff up, they're always like on their last leg, and it's hard to catch them to be able to refuel. But I'm about to fix that after all this stuff, so that way I have like one spawning later than the others, like probably one spawning every 20 minutes or so you can actually get the full tilt of it. Closing in. Two miles. We're gonna get our fuel and we're gonna head for the old landing strip over there. And depending on if people are watching and if you have questions about it and you want to see me refuel or do it again or go specific bombs that you want to see dropped, how to do it, kind of an open book. I just kind of go where the wind takes me. Alright, so we're gonna get about a mile out here. We're gonna drop off our throttle, gaining altitude still, so kill throttle completely and bleed some speed. A lot of speed. Holy cow. Alright, that's good enough. Let's see if he'll answer
Ready,
us.
pre-contact.
Return free contact.
So he said 280. Not sure how accurate that always is, but again, if you haven't tuned in to watch me refuel, I watch my fuel flow down here. And I basically get as close as I can, try and match the speed as best as possible, and then I go off of fuel flow in my direction to the aircraft, basically. So, not direction, my distance from the aircraft. Up and down is one thing, but fuel flow is another. Just watching your speed. I don't really keep an eye so much on the speed as I do the fuel flow and the location of the tanker, to me. Let's go ahead and get this open. Boop. And that's kind of how I have been gauging that. There's a whole bunch of different ways you can do this. It just depends on how comfortable you are and your preferred method. So that bottom tank is really dragging us, but see, we're stuck at 0.4 miles. He's in front of us. We're gonna pick up some speed here and catch him. I think he's about to make a turn. Oh, we have plenty of time. Oh. Should be catching him now. Yeah, see how fast we're coming up on him? You just bleed out the speed. Hold it. All right. Probably going to be around 2,700 pounds if I had to guess. Somewhere around there. It's usually what it is, so. Per hour, by the way. Not total fuel. Total fuel, I'm going to be taking 7,000 pounds, I think. See, this is where I always get stuck, is catching the tanker, because I don't want to overfly him, so I just kind of end up in this limbo game at like 0.2, 0.1 miles. Always going too fast usually, so. And again, we're watching the lights under the front of the plane. Left is up and down, right is forward and back. You want them in the green for it to connect.
Ready, pre-contact.
See how bad we can mess this up. A lot of people use the surge method where they surge forward for like 2 seconds and they surge back like 200-300 pounds. Surge forward, surge back. It will keep you under the plane.
Bingo.
There it is. But I'm not a huge fan of that because it becomes too difficult to control. I like to more or less match speed with the tanker as much as possible, but I don't look at the numbers. I watch my fuel flow and where he's at relative to me to match my speed with him. I'm starting to get wavy already. Haven't even gotten there.
Ready for contact.
You gonna move that thing or what? Here we go. All right, here we go. A little fast, gonna back out the throttle. We're pushing up on him. Go back up, go back up. The engines take time to spool, so you have to account for that. You can't just go up and hold the throttle. You have to spool them, make sure you're not overflying this guy, and then back out of them. Like 32 right there was too much. I'm coming down to 31. 100 pounds right there on fuel flow. And I'm watching the lights underneath the front of the plane. I'm too far back, I'm too far down. Coming up. Coming out, coming out. Oh, my throttles are all over, my sticks all over the place today. Come up just a touch.
Contact. You're taking fuel.
Don't get wavy on me. Ah! Disconnected. I got wavy.
Contact.
There's a word for it. It's called
You're taking fuel.
pilot induced oscillation, PIO. So what happens is you're looking at the tanker and you're trying to move the stick and you start going up and down and getting all wavy and doing stuff like that. So pilot induced oscillation. So the key is left and right, not so much up and down, because the plane will fly itself. If you have it trimmed right, it will fly itself up and down. So it should connect here. I need to come up. The hard part is when you have to come up just a touch and then you do that and then you have to come down. You have to kind of stop it. That's
You're taking fuel.
right there. See, that's where it gets a little wild because you have to come up. If you come up too fast and your curves aren't set, you end up coming up too much, either hitting the tanker or something along those lines. So it's a game. It is a game of throttle and stick. The tanker shouldn't be moving, so it's a game of you keeping your plane as best you can. And the more fuel, see, I'm starting to oscillate again. The more fuel you take, the more you have to kind of bump up in your poundage. You don't want to do too much because then you'll disconnect. Right there, I went too much. Too far forward. Just let it spool up, bring it back. Let it spool up, bring it back. I don't even know if I'm connected right now. Belly to belly. That's funny. Oh, that's too low. See, I end up fighting the stick. You don't want to do that. Sometimes I can come up to the tanker and just connect, and oh, I was taking fuel that whole time. Sometimes I can just come in and hit it and never disconnect, never move, never do anything. Sometimes I do this, where I fight it the whole time, and it's all movement. It's all gentle, but sometimes it just don't work.
Marco 1-1, passing waypoint 3 at 26
Just don't work. Alright, if I can get off this damn stick. I am almost fuel. I just need a little bit more.
Contact.
And as soon as he contacts, I get
You're
wavy.
taking fuel.
Wow. Come up, up. Don't disconnect. I'm coming up. Come up. Stay in here. I'm not going anywhere. Come on, baby. Belly to belly. That's hilarious. Perfect speed. The green lights are in the middle up front here. I would zoom in on it, but I would probably lose the connection. So it takes everything I have. I mean, like, I physically sweat when I do this. I have to have a fan on because it's just so much concentration. It's wild.
Transfer complete.
Oh,
Disconnect.
we are done. All right, that wasn't terrible. Got a couple of connects and disconnects. Whew. Thank you, brother. See you on the flip side. Oh, geez, Louise. All right. Waypoint's right behind us, so we just set waypoint 1. I'm trying to anyway. That is annoying. What is that? Jesus. Yeah, we'll set waypoint 1 here, and let's see. Steer point. 1. Enter. There we go. Our steer point is set down back behind us for the airfield. Yep, we have full load, 9,100 pounds. I'll take it. I didn't die, so. Spin it back around. Let's go list and nav here. List number 4 is nav. No, not nav. What am I doing? Turn. We're gonna go list and I'm looking at miscellaneous. Oh, what am I doing? My brain's not working. INS. Jeez, Louise. Okay, that's what we want. Airfield should be off to our right over here. Somewhere, like right here, maybe. Let's see. Oh, I appreciate the follow, by the way. Tuvas. Many ways to say that. What are we doing here? Yeah, so airbase is gonna be right here. That's where I was looking a minute ago. It's just a small airbase, so there it is, right there. Yeah, we'll just go on approach here. Tuvas. I like it. I'm not sure, but do you fly yourself or are you just interested in it? I gotta adjust this head tracker. Wow. Whew. This thing is making me strain. Yeah, I can fly in DCS a bit. Well, what's your airframes? What do you like to fly? Or what airplanes do you prefer? Can't speak. Don't know how to talk. Jeez. All right, I'll altitude hold real quick. Did that not? Okay, it did. Put me there. Thank you. If you don't mind me asking anyway, everyone has a favorite plane, so. Woo. Tasty. Okay, unlock that. Office switch between Hornet, Viper, Warthog, Apache, Kiowa, Hind, and recently. You know what? You got more brains than I do, brother, or sister, because I fly 2 planes, and that is enough for me. I have the Thrustmaster Warthog set up, which I worked the Warthog in real life for 10 years, so I automatically chose that. And then I bought the Viper TQS throttle because this plane's awesome. So I was Warthog specifically for like 6 years straight, and then I recently bought this about a year ago, and I have been just, you know, wanting to do some air-to-air and stuff like that, and this was the perfect plane for it because it can still do air-to-ground if you need it. I'm still flying the Hog. I won't give it up, but you know, you always go back to your first love, whatever it is, and that's the Hog for me, obviously. But the 16 is just so much fun. It's so fast. It's just like, it's extremely fast. And sorry, again, the camera paints me in like an extremely bright light. I bought a 43-inch 144 hertz monitor, so it's massive. So it's almost, you know, full size here, but give you the Warthog. STVs one day. Hey. Yeah, the Warthog, I went to the desert with it, I deployed with it, I went TDY with it, we've been all over the world. It's good times. 10 years, a long time working on an airplane. But I enjoyed it, and now I've worked on B-52s. I have worked on, now I'm on C-130s. I'm still full-time Air Force, so I'm on C-130s now. But F-16 was semi-new to me. I've seen them in real life. I've worked around them, you know, been around them all the time, but the flying of them is interesting. So I enjoy it. Put our Pipper there on the rubber. Bring her in. That was awful. I did not flare. I busted a landing gear. Wow. That is upsetting. Jeez. I blew a tire. Man, that was terrible. Oh, terrible. Let's go from unit type here. These are, by the way, these are public servers, but I created them. So yeah, I had a full fuel load, and that middle tank is just obnoxious. I hate that middle tank. Let's do some, I mean, at this point, it's just, we'll just do some quick little touch and goes from Dafra here, so I can make up for that mistake. Jeez Louise. We're gonna go rearm with, I have a class set up for cut up. It's just tanks, and then we're gonna put Tiger Viper on here.
Request rearming.
And turn our HUD on.
Copy.
All the way up, all the way up. Arm the seat. Set the stick. Turn those on. We're not gonna have anything on the hard points. Get that up. Boom, 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 boom. And once the tanks are on, we go for light, which is now. We'll put our canopy down.
Rearming complete.
why not? Turn flare, turn our hood on. 20% over the hump. We got a light. Instruments coming up. And then we wait the 60 seconds for the time in right here. Which I guess I can zoom in on it here. Right there. It's your time in, obviously. So wait for that. Get our little stored heading points. And Silvarm, hello. Welcome to the bad landing show, apparently. How do we go from dropping bombs to successful in-air refuel to busting a tire on landing? Just unacceptable, really. All right, yeah, we're gonna go out and to the left here. Unacceptable. Once our timer comes up, we will go to the nav down here. Doop doop doop. We'll flip to nav, and we'll be ready to rock. Gotta wait 1 minute. INS on heading immediately. So, if you have waypoints stored, like I have the 3 down here, normally what I do is I go to the stored heading. And when you go to stored heading, so if you go to norm, it's like 90 seconds. If you go to stored heading, it's only 60. So it's at 10 right now. It starts at 70 and it goes down to 10. That's 60. And then you can go to nav, and then boom, it's ready to go. Your nav's up. I always go to Union Desire to explore the Navy side of DCS. I was torn between F-14 and F-16 because I kind of wanted to do the carrier landings, but what sold me in the 16 is A, it's twice as fast, and B, it can kind of do the same stuff. It just, the fuel load is what hurts you. But I was more worried about speed for air to air, so I ended up going with the 16. But yeah, you gotta wait 60 seconds. I mean, that's not a lot of time to time in normally. You just go stored heading, do the 60, and when it gets to 10, you just flip it to nav, and you're ready to go. But I will tell you, if you're in stored heading and you do like rearm the plane, and that plane, sometimes when you do it with tanks and stuff, it wiggles, it'll freeze that time. So make sure you rearm first, or you do your stored heading first and then rearm, because it'll freeze that time because it'll move the plane and it's trying to get an accurate time. Yeah, that's fair. Plus a lot more advanced weapons are bonus. True. Yeah. And me being active duty Air Force right now, I feel like I can't really go to the Navy side. I don't know. It's just weird. I prefer the 16s and 10s. So F-14 does have the long range ones. You can actually put those long range ones that you fire from forever away, the ones with the wings come out. You can put those on the 16s as well. I don't know if it's the same missile, I don't know if it's the same thing, and they're kind of unreliable, but you can put them on there. And the harms are, 30 miles, so not bad. Do an unrestricted climb out of here. Build some speed up. The Phoenix? So no, you can't put the Phoenixes on it, on the 16. You can put one that's got a, like when you deploy it, it's got its own built-in propulsion system, and it can go like 60 miles, I think. It has little wings that deploy. All right, here we go. That's another reason I bought this. It is just unbelievable. You're not loaded down. No, I'm not a real pilot. I'm a jet engine mechanic. So I work on the jet engines of the airplanes. But I've been in the Air Force for 16 years. Yeah, so I've been dealing with airplanes for a very long time. And got into DCS and kind of went from there. So just like that, we're at 28,000 feet. Jeez. Just gonna kind of go out a little ways, drop back down, and hit it again. I didn't think I would be able to do it either. I didn't think I would be able to. They sent me to North Dakota, so I'm working on B-52s my first couple of years. I thought I was done for, but it gets pretty cool, especially once I got to the A-10 and I was able to work on airplanes and go out and see the world. Like I said, we deployed everywhere and did a bunch of stuff, and I've been through Afghanistan, and I've been through all over the world, Germany to just everywhere. So it's a good time once you get used to it. And again, I've done long enough now to where I'm pushing retirement. So I got about 3 years left, or just over 3 years, and I'll be able to retire. Of the A-10, yeah, I was what we call engine run qualified. So when we'd fix an airplane, I had to get into the cockpit and actively start engines and run the plane. So as a enlisted member, so yeah, I did that 2-3 times a day actually. So that's again why I said the A-10 is my first, you go back to your first love, because I spent hundreds of hours in an A-10 cockpit running engines, just doing all kinds of checks and follow-ons and stuff from maintenance related tasks. Yeah, I'm 99% positive I could start the A-10 with my eyes closed, fully closed. I could feel the panels, and I have a full cockpit picture in my head. I can start with my eyes closed, 100%. And now that I've been DCS, I'm 99% positive I can fly it too. One of the easiest airplanes in the inventory to fly. That was better. Jeez, I needed that. You're supposed to hold the nose. Hold the nose. Hold the nose. Oh, too much. And I'm just gonna hit the brakes here. But yeah. That was way better. Holy cow.
Altitude. Altitude. Flat flare. Altitude. Altitude. Altitude.
Sim pitch, you can get full cockpit, you should get the A-10 one. I looked into it actually. They're about the full build is like 15,000. I looked into doing it. So right now I have a basic, just stick, throttle, pedals, all that stuff. I'm actually looking into building my own multi-plane sim pit. So not specifically A-10, but one that'll run a lot of planes. The Warthog project, that dude is insane. Every gauge is a real gauge instead of like running Helios for the MFDs like I have down here. Every gauge is a real gauge that he printed, designed, created, ran wires for, ran through a circuit board, and the amount of work is just unreal that he put into that. It's like 10 years worth of work to build that. And for me, I'm happy with what I got. For now. I do want to build a pit with a chair and this is a very high approach landing when I have to flare. I do want to build a pit with like just to get into, you know, but for mini aircraft, not just one. If it works and you're happy with it and you can fly a plane with a controller, kudos to you. There's no way I could do that now. But I would definitely say the upgrade is due for you in the future, for sure. That was a high approach. I did not like that.
Cap flare.
We'll oscillate and turn for you. Make sure wrong. I have it all set up. I just prefer using my controller. Really? For DCS, you have a whole setup and you prefer a controller? You may be the only person who flies DCS with a full setup who prefers a controller in the simulator. You may be the only one that rephrase that. You're the only one I know. So, but good for you. You're not wrong. That makes sense. You're not wrong. Like to get out of my chair, I have to put my stick down because it's between my legs, and then I have to back out and pause the head tracker, and you know, you got to do all these things to get out of the pit. And the controller, yeah, just set it down and go. Makes sense. You know, you're actually supposed to land with the speed brakes like half open in 16. It's a fun fact for you. So for the Air Force, to become a fighter pilot, to become a pilot in general, you have to have a bachelor's degree from college, and I joined 2 months out of high school. So I never really put any thought into it, honestly. I like to turn wrenches and fix things, and I knew I wanted to work on airplanes. Flying them, on the other hand, whatever, you know, I can come in here and fly them now. I don't have to do it in real life, and it is what it is. Damn, I was high again. Bumpy. Yeah, I thought about being a pilot and all that stuff, and then I was like, yeah, I don't need to do that. And now that DCS is, because DCS wasn't a thing when I first joined and all that stuff. I mean, we barely had cell phones when I first joined. It's been a while, so. But now that it's a thing, I really don't have to worry about being a pilot. So, need a lower approach here. I'm killing myself. Couldn't do a brake approach. 99% of pilots who fly do the brake approach. Oh, a tanker's coming in for a landing. Good thing we didn't push that. Yeah, we could go land at Abu Dhabi, since he's still be a private pilot. Yeah, I mean, it does. My gear is still down. No, it's not. What am I doing? A private pilot, you definitely can be one. It does come with a price tag. I will say that being a private pilot, you got to pay for fuel, you got to pay for the lessons, you got to pay for the plane rental. I've looked into all this stuff and come to realize that if you're not going to stick me straight into an F-16 or an A-10 or something cool, I don't want to fly a Cessna for 10 years before I can get into one. Yes, absolutely. If you try and push through the pilot, it's like just to hurry up and get your pilot's license, it's easily $2,000 a month. And the way prices are nowadays, I don't know if you guys are in America or not. So a lot of my viewers aren't. You're easily looking at thousands of dollars a month. So, California, nice. Yeah, I'm East Coast, so you're looking at thousands of dollars a month. Whether you're in California, whether you're on the East Coast, West, it doesn't matter. I mean, plane rental, fuel, all the equipment required, you know, all that stuff is pricey. But you could save up and do it. You know, everybody can, and work on rotary engines. Never went to helicopters. Luckily, they're okay. I knew a lot of guys that did. I work with a prior helicopter mechanic, but I never went to rotary. The only thing rotary I do now is, yeah, the drive for self-preservation. Yeah, I don't want to fly myself around and have to crash, but I work on, like I said, I work on C-130s now. It's kind of rotary. They have props.
Altitude. Altitude.
Brakes are out. Welcome to Abu Dhabi International. Oh, we were going to do a break over the runway. That's right. Yeah, I had friends who got their private pilot's license. I've flown with them. I've had a, you know, kind of a good look into it. Cessnas are slow and boring, so I have no interest in it, honestly. I'll just come on here and go 700 knots and shoot shit down. Brake over the runway. Throttle up. Yeah. Honestly, though, I would be more interested in being a helicopter pilot than I would a Cessna pilot, 100%. Just for the simple fact of jobs, at that point, you could be a pararescue pilot or a medevac pilot. You could be like a forest fire pilot, work for the power company. True. I wish I could, though. Alright, that far one runway right there is on our left wing. And when that wing tip gets to the end of it, that's when you make your turn in. Try and hold altitude is the hard part here. Get up. Hold it. Hold. I overshot a little bit, but the altitude's a little better here. How many more jobs there are for helo pilots early on compared to fixed wing before? I want to say a lot. I want to say a lot because a lot of the helo jobs, like I said, work for the power companies and stuff, trimming trees and whatnot, or crop, or you can even dust crops now with helicopters. It's a lot, and a lot of that is solo, so you don't have to worry about having your occupancy license and all that stuff, and being able to carry people and do that kind of thing. Butter? Oh, a little butter. Did I just belly land? No, I blew my front tire out. How? Alright, now we go into an emergency landing.
Altitude. Altitude.
Emergency landing, we're going to go ahead and jettison those tanks. Eat. We're going to do a wide circle here and come back in and put her on the belly. See if we can hold out. Could have. Very well could have. I think I oversped it. If you overspeed them, they'll blow. It's hard to tell anymore. Might load up, let's take a quick little bathroom break. I might load up my other refuel server and try and go for another tanker shot. Or unless you guys want to see some stuff blow up, I'll go drop some bombs on some stuff. Drop some CB-105s or some GB-12s, AGM-65s, CB-97s. Or sea landing.
Altitude. Altitude.
Whatever. I'm here for whoever, man. Otherwise, I'm just going to fly around and refuel and just get stick time, honestly. What career I should take. I'm like 18 with low experience in the world.
Altitude.
Just depends. Do you want to go to school? Get a degree? Do you want to turn wrenches? Do you want to sit in an office? Do you want to
Pull up.
get a trade? Do you want to be a welder? There's so much stuff out there, and it's all about what you like to do. So I am going entirely too fast. Putting it down though. Little tough. Yep, blacked out there for a second.
Caution. Caution.
Yep. And again, I've flown the 16 enough now. I normally don't have this much difficulty landing and taking off. Usually. But if you want to fly planes, there are schools where you can get degree, or you can go to 4-year schools and come out commercial pilots.
Bingo. Bingo.
There are 4-year schools now, so
Bingo.
you just gotta.
Bingo. Warning. Warning.
If that's what you want to do. Shh. If that's what you want to do. Do it.
Caution.
I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break. I'll be right back. I'm gonna put it on the old. Actually, I'll just leave it up. Doesn't matter. Be right back. Pausing the head tracker, getting the stick down. Appreciate the follow. Be right back.
Warning. 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 Warning.
All right, we're back. Sorry. Did give you the Canadian sorry, the Deadpool sorry. Anyway, let me load up another one of my servers here. So I've made a bunch of servers, just some with stuff to blow up, some with just tankers, some with a little bit of everything. So I saw that. I'm a little bit of a wrench turner myself, though. I see what you're saying. If you want to fly, dude, just do it. People tell you, you're going to go into debt. Oh, da, 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 da. Everybody goes into debt to do what they want. You'll pay it off. It's not a big deal. Be a pilot. You know, I like turning wrenches. That's what I do for a living. Now I do it on airplanes. I have a car in the garage that I turn wrenches on. I have an 87 Trans Am in the garage. Turn wrenches on that. And then I come home and I fly airplanes. You know, it's what I chose to do. Where's my refueler map? I think it's Egypt. And again, these are public servers that anybody can jump in on. Just gotta ask me whatever I named it. And then also you can join my Discord. And if I'm in there, just pop in and we'll fly. I do not care. Does not bother me to fly with people at all. The Discord little link thing is in Twitch. So give it an old join up, and if I'm in there and if I'm streaming, I'm usually in my Discord, and hop in and we'll just fly around, do whatever you want. We'll do training. I'll help you fly around if you need help, whatever, doesn't matter. What is going on here? Ba, ba, ba. Da, da, da. There's a little different vibe. Hard part with music on Twitch is you got to be non-copyright, because I also have a YouTube. I post everything to YouTube at the end, and it'll read the video and pick up on your copyrights in the video and flag you, and then blah 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 blah. So I don't think this is what I think it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I think OBS has an option, remove the music. Yeah, you can. And YouTube has that same option to remove the music. And what am I doing here? It has the same option to remove the music if it is copyrighted, but a lot of times it's these non-copyright songs, and it'll tell you, like, is it going to do any damage to the video? Is it like going to cut the audio or whatever? And a lot of times for me, it just says, no, you're good. It's copyrighted, but it's good. So I pay for YouTube Premium. I don't stream on YouTube, but I just post it. So whatever, you know. And a lot of my streams are like this, just me talking to people, whatever, recording for 2 hours and then doing whatever kind of shenanigans, and then we'll just put it on YouTube. So and as of late, it's been all refueling mostly, and a lot of times I'll go blow some stuff up quick, and then I'll go refuel afterwards, you know. So this music is wild right now. Put these tanks on. Ground crew, rearm. Got some fuel in us here. Let's go with Dream Viper.
Request rearming.
That's a good skin if you don't know which one it is.
Copy.
I'll show you in just a second. It's pretty good. Whatever. I guess it's vibey, you know. You know, Dream Viper's pretty sick. The Viper on there, and the tanks even match up to it. Oh, sick. A lot of these skins I just get from DCS website, so pretty cool. Alright, let's see here. Aircraft start. Going for light, coming down.
Rearming complete.
Can't be locked. Himmick's coming up. What you doing, Melpin? My little dog. Well, he's not little, he's fat, but same thing. 20% over. Give us a light. Give us a light. There we go. RPMs are coming up. Sound's coming up. Made snap views for people to use for replays or even during live streams. Snap views. This to give you the Top Gun Mavericks like camera shots. Huh. Interesting. So I don't edit anything, by the way. I literally upload, post. I don't have any editing. I don't do any of that stuff. I just post it, man. And if people feel like they want to go through my 1 to 2 hour video to find what they like, because even if no one's in the stream, I still talk about everything that I do. So like right now, I'm spooling up. I'm waiting on the tankers to take off, and then I'm gonna meet the tankers in air once they take off. And yeah, just kind of, I just put in an application. It sounds nerdy. Put an application to join a virtual fighter squadron. So we'll see how that goes. And doing on the fly. Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, I saw them on Facebook actually through some DCS page. They posted on there, like, "Hey, what do you fly?" Oh, I appreciate the follow, Loyus. They were like, "What do you fly? If you want to apply, join the Discord and then put in an application," kind of deal. And yeah, I used to be in a 23rd Wing Squadron, which was actually my old wing that I worked on the A-10s with, and I was actually in the unit that I was a pilot for in the squadron. So, pretty cool. Yeah, again, loyalist, I don't know how long you've been in here, but any questions, concerns, comments, or insight, I am open book. So, right now, I'm just waiting on the tankers to take off. I forget to set them in air, because I'm a dumb silly head. And wait on them to take off. I'm going to meet them up, and we're going to get some fuel. Nice and practicey. There is something right there. Radar wants to get it, but it doesn't know what to do. Also, like I said, my Discord is in my Twitch. The free link's right there. Join up. If you see me flying, you can pop in Discord. If I'm streaming, it does not matter. I will start a server for us, and we will go do stuff together. I don't have anybody to fly with, so I fly by myself. And I just talk to myself, like I said. Whatever. I enjoy flying. I'll fly by myself all day, every day. But it's also fun with people. Oh, sweet. Yeah, if you stream as well, I'll go give you a follow. For sure. For sure, for sure. I am the same way. Sometimes, like when I'm at work especially, nothing's going on, I will just watch DCS streams. And the best thing about DCS streams is it has a pretty large following, but not a lot of streamers. The most I think I've ever seen streaming it at one time is 20 people. Unlike Call of Duty, you have thousands of streamers. It's saturated. But for DCS, a lot of people want to get into it or are really kind of intimidated by it. And it is what it is. Yeah, it's a big setup. It's a lot of buttons. It's very realistic. All this stuff. But I like just streaming and talking about it. So yeah. So I like to try and get the people off the intimidation factor of it, because it looks extremely intimidating. You fly it for 2 hours, you got it. First thing I always tell people, appreciate it. First thing I always tell people, pick a plane you want. And then second thing is takeoffs and landings. Don't worry about blowing stuff up. Don't worry about getting into multiplayer servers. Takeoffs and landings. Fly the plane. Gear coming up. Just fly it. That's all you have. That's all you need to do. And then once you get to where you can land and take off, then focus on weapon systems. focus on learning how to fly a plane first, because they build these models. This is an Air Force indoor simulator. They build these models based off of real pilots and how airplanes react and act in the air. So learn how to fly a plane in the sim. Our pilots in the Air Force use this as a training aid. So that tells you right there how realistic it actually is. Learn how to fly. And then everybody just wants to jump in and thinks it's an arcade game and go and blow shit up. No, it takes time. It takes finesse. Can you learn how to fly in one day? Absolutely. The weapon systems, on the other hand, depending on the plane you choose, can either be very difficult or very easy. Just depends, you know? Depends on what you want to get out of it. Some people are very specific to one plane. Some people are like, all two of us down there can fly anything that goes in the air, you know? I am not that way. I fly 2 planes, and that's pretty much me. So, group of us who have a Discord for DCS streamers, lots of knowledge between everyone. Also work on our own multiplayer map servers. So yeah, all these servers that I'm flying in, will go into like the 4YA servers, the public ones, and fly around sometimes. Most of the time it's just my own servers. But that sounds like a pretty good Discord there, Loyalist. Like, I'm in the Grim Reaper server, I'm in the Stoneburner server, I'm in the bunch of like YouTuber servers. Nobody ever goes in them. They don't ever host anything. They don't ever fly together. They don't ever get any groups to do anything. I just like getting a bunch of guys together, do some formation flying, do some, you know, build a little compound that won't shoot you down immediately and go blow it up, you know, and then go back home and land. Do these little fun missions. Go link up with everybody and do some refueling, you know? Like, it doesn't have to be these super complex things. Where's this guy at? Is he up? Not yet. Taking his sweet time. Hello. Hi. What are you doing? You want your chair? Well, I got my cat's chair. Come on. There she is. Oh. My cat's chair here. Hi, Damage. She's got her own gaming chair. Oh, sweet. That'd be awesome. Cat's got, I think she's the only cat with her own gaming chair. She refuses to sit in any other chair, so gotta give the people what they want. While I'm cruising around here, I'll click into Discord. Yeah, so it's I just enjoy the little thing, man. Like I said, I don't like those missions where they're impossible. You know, you gotta just sweat your tail off to even get anything done. And I'm a simple man. I like going up, blowing stuff up, and being able to make it back home as a group and land and do stuff. And where's that other tanker at? I know I have 2 on here. Either way, this one's gonna be Texaco's gonna be taking off soon. Whenever he gets to the end of the daggum runway here, we'll meet him up. Ba 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 da da da. I'm a kitty. Come on. People are watching you, kitty. Oh, Nimbus. She needs to go more behind me here. Meh. Ow, don't bite me. That's rude. Getting frisky. Yeah, we're just burning fuel at this point so we can hit the tanker. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, meow, meow. Oh, here she goes. Losing her mind. Ow. Ow. She's a crazy person. But again, that's her chair, so. Ba, 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 da, ba, ba. Take your time, brother. Nah, I guess it doesn't matter. Let's do some hood rat shit. Burn some fuel while he's doing whatever he's doing. Nine G's.
Altitude. Altitude. Pull
Slap
up.
the panel.
Pull
Boom,
up.
boom, boom. Make you dizzy. All right. Whew. Burn some fuel off there. Yeah, a little bit. I have autopilot still on. Oh, it's just gonna flip me right over. Wow. Actually. That's interesting. Funny. Ugh.
Low.
Chaff flare is running out. I hit the big button. So there's a slap button like right here above the throttle for, hold on, stay still. It's chaff flare dispense. If you hit that, that's like your last ditch effort, and it pops two flares at a time. So, all right, while he's doing that, I just got a message. We just got a message. Wonder who it's from. Ba-ba. Pending. Accept. Wonder who it's from. Snap views. Yeah, oh, I see what you mean there. Hell yeah, that'd be cool. That's pretty dope, dude. Looks pretty sweet. I'm about to do that. Integrate the snap views, especially in like dog fights. You can't give yourself a bath on stream, Nimbus. It's rude and not ladylike. She doesn't care. Wink. All right. Is he up in the air yet? Bet he's not. Nope. He goes all the way around the other taxiway. It's all good. All good. We got time. Oh, sick. This is all DCS? Obviously not going to give it out over the thing, but like DCS streamers, basically, is what I'm getting at here. Or is it just a culmination of streamers in one Discord? I guess is the real question. Oh, my back. There we go. Come on, brother. Oh. You invited to Discord with the other guys. We are all streamers. Is it all DCS specifically, or is it just all streamers in general? Because there's a lot of people in there. That'll be a lot of streamers. That's pretty insane if they were all just DCS, but I'm probably thinking they're all just streamers in general. But good stuff, man. Appreciate the invite. Just gonna pat my cat while I wait. I think he is right here, actually. Yep, there he goes. Going towards the runway. Slow ass. Oh gosh. Mainly DCS. Ah, I got you. Yeah, I pretty much geared my whole stream and everything to DCS. So I tried Call of Duty once, and A, I'm not good at the game, and B, I'm not sweaty enough, so I just stick with DCS. He is getting ready to take off, it looks like. Ooh. touchy. There he is. Yeah. He's getting ready to take off, so we'll be able to do a bank back to him here. Grief. Just fly with him till we'll formation fly with him till he gets to altitude. Really haven't burned that much fuel, so get a front row seat here. There he goes. See if we can just trail him up. Once you get to know some of the guys. Oh, nice. Yeah, man. Like I said, I fly with people and I fly by myself. Either one is fine with me. I prefer flying with people who have, like, you know, missions and servers and stuff that there's a goal or a point behind it, not just a multiplayer server like the ones that are on there. Like 4YA is good for beginners and getting in and learning the game and stuff. But I prefer, like, because if you just join that server, it's the mission's halfway done. You can't spawn near what you need to. You need SEAD support, but no one's doing it, or you need ground support and no one's doing it. You know what I mean? Like, Gray Flag is my go-to. I don't think I've ever been in the Gray Flag. I've been in some of the harder ones where they don't have like any F10 map or anything. And again, the F-16 pays off there because of its radar is second best to the F-15 radar. It's very good. As you can see, the tanker just took off, and he's already on data link. So it's enemies, you know, good guys, bad guys, all that stuff show up. Yeah, getcha. And a lot of my stuff is just practice, takeoffs, landings, dropping specific bombs over and over and over until you get it just drilled into your head, and refueling. Some of my favorite missions require you to fly into a zone, refuel, do the mission, and then fly out, refuel, home. Or, you know, fly into a mission and have to refuel to get home, because that's, when it comes to the Air Force, from my experience, refueling is a very, very huge part of every fighter mission. The A-10s, when we would fly missions in Afghanistan, the A-10 would refuel between 6 and 8 times per mission flown. They'd be up in the air for 6, 7, 8 hours. So it is very, very, very crucial that you know how to do it. And for me, in this game, it's friggin' hard. So I just practice it a lot. Yeah. And they refuel very slowly. They hold 11,000 pounds fully loaded, so they hold a lot, and they burn it very slow. It takes so 11,000 pounds fully loaded. They normally go up above the AOR and go into what's called an orbit, and they just hold position until they're called. If they called, they go in and do some stuff, but they can stay up in the air about 2.5 hours on a full load of fuel. So and they're flying 8-9 hours straight, and then when they come home, you still have to fly them all the way home. You can't just ship them, you know. You have to fly them all the way home over the pond from. We usually fly through Greece or Italy, from Afghanistan, Dubai. So it's Afghanistan, Dubai, or Qatar, Greece or Italy, and then it's the Azores, which is an island off of Portugal. And then once you leave the Azores, it is a 10 to 12 hour flight to the mainland, to USA, and they refuel about 8 to 10 times. The whole squadron is 12 planes, 8 to 10 times a piece. So it requires multiple tankers, and it's very interesting because the A-10 is so friggin' slow that the tanker actually has to gain altitude with the A-10, and they have to descend very slowly together so the A-10 can maintain speed to keep up with the tanker, because the tanker can't actually fly slow enough. It's very interesting. Cat. So yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. So like in this game, you fly around, you land in an airbase, you fly around. In real life, you're flying for hours and hours and hours and hours, and you're refueling multiple times. To me, that's important. And plus, it's a challenge. It's fun. I enjoy doing it.
Texaco 1-1. Springfield 1. Request rejoin.
Some altitude here.
Springfield 1, Texaco 1-1. Proceed to pre-contact at 16,000 at 250.
250? This is going to be tough. $16,000. I think I made him hold at 16. I have him set for like 20, but it's fine. We'll do it at 16. Oh. Oof. A little hill tilt there. There we go. And 14, 15 coming down. And 16. So I'm pretty sure for the tankers you go off the real altitude, which is the R down there. And so you have your altitude and you have your real altitude. It's always a couple hundred feet off, so your R is from the ground. We're catching this guy. Bleeding speed. Get into refuel distance here. What's going on? And pick it back up. It's the altitude based off of sea level. So you have the R, like I said, you have your ladder, which is 15,740, and you have your R, which is based off of terrain. So your sea level altitude is your 15,750. Don't quote me on this, but I think it's 15,750 for your sea level, and your real based off of terrain. So if I was to fly over a mountain right now, that R number would go drastically down, even if I don't go up or down. And your real altitude here, 15,750. Yeah, so I think that's how that works. I could be wrong, but that's how I read that in game, because if I was to fly over, again, like I said, a mountain right now, that R number decreases drastically based off of the mountain. It's like a radar altitude to the ground. And then you have your sea level altitude, which is the same all the time, whether I fly over a mountain or not, at 15. Appreciate the question, though. That's as far as I conceive it. Oh my gosh, we're cruising. I'm pretty sure that song is copyright. Who knows? Changing it anyway. All right, let's see if we can't muff this one up here. Ooh. Yeah, he's not going fast at all. This is gonna be the slower you go with a tanker with this plane, because it is a lawn dart, the harder it is. A-10 can float at 120 knots. You know, it can float and stay in the air. This plane has a more difficult time. We're gonna go ahead and open our, turn my head tracker on, open our door, boop, and get ready. Here we go. Approach them nice and slow. At this point, this is the Viper. So
Abort rejoin.
I did not mean to press that, but yeah. This is the Viper. This is the Viper with the Dream Viper skin on it, which you can get from DCS website in the livery section. You can get any skin that I have from the libraries. You just download them,
Springfield 1.
put them in. Oh, there's a YouTube video on it that I followed, so yeah, this is Dream Viper.
At 280.
Oh man, appreciate the follow, bro. See how we're holding at 0.7 here. I'm just gonna go ahead and give her a little bump. And again, I'm gonna reiterate all of this. When you come up to the tanker, my personal way of doing it is, there's many ways. My personal way is to not look at the speed. Oh, no co-pilot in these. This is the single seat F-16s. So, but my personal way of doing it is looking at the lights under the tanker and gauging the tanker to me distance, height, and distance from me wise, and going off of fuel flow pounds per hour. So your fuel flow here, watching that pounds per hour, gauging how I am to the tanker. I don't like looking at actual speed.
Ready, pre-contact.
Return pre-contact.
Self-clean. Co-pilot over there just relax. Oh, the cat, yeah. She's giving herself a bath on stream. Normally you have to pay for that kind of stuff. That's her gaming chair. I can't get rid of that chair because it's her favorite spot. So yeah, not allowed. I just let myself just drift away from it. All right, push him back in. Yeah, I thought you meant an actual co-pilot, and I was like, no, dog, I'm by myself. Oh yeah, absolutely. She does not care. She could give any less fucks to give. All right, here we go.
Ready, pre-contact.
Clear to contact.
We are clear to contact. Here we come. Slide up in there. Again, I'm just watching my pounds per hour. A couple of 100 pounds up or down. That's all you need. That's all it takes. Just a bump of the throttle. I don't know if you can see my throttle hand. I have it kind of like propped up so I can just bump it with my fingers. I never set my full hand on it because I end up overdoing it. So here we go again on our own. And back out here. Taps, yeah. Pretty much. I mean, like I said, everybody has their own way of refueling. I've seen 3 or 4 or 5 different ways. Some guys, like I said, they'll go up, they'll advance the throttle, let the engine spool up, pull it back, advance it, pull it back the whole time. They're just moving up, down, up, down, up, down. And then for them that works. They're kind of moving forward a little bit, coming back a little bit, moving forward a little bit. You're not supposed to really match speed with the tanker. So I don't look at the speed. I just match my distance. So left light is good. I just have to come forward just a touch. go. And just monitor your fuel flow. Nice and easy. And you kind of get an idea of the distance you move the throttle, so you don't have to stare at the fuel flow the whole time. So,
Contact.
there we go.
You're taking fuel.
Starting to fall back a little bit. Keep it down. Drop the throttle. Just watch those lights. Now I'm too far down. It disconnected. All right. Now I'm too far forward. So yeah, don't freak out and just throw the stick around. Just back out just a touch. Throttle back up. And throttle down. Watch those lights. I think he's about to make a friggin' turn too. That's not gonna help me. Hello, honey.
Contact.
Honey,
What you doing?
get ready to go to
You're
bed.
taking fuel.
Going to bed?
Yep, some of us have to go to work tomorrow.
I know, you gotta work tomorrow. I have the day off. Everyone's loving my little co-pilot over here.
Well, of course, she's the best co-pilot.
That she is. Just holding it. Just watching the plane, watching those lights. And at some point you will find that speed where you're perfect within a couple of 100 pounds. But as you take fuel, you're going to have to throttle up. So you're going to go up like 100 pounds in between. How do you see? You don't look for the hookup. You watch the lights. If they're both green, you will hear the tanker say you were connected, you were taking fuel. So if I were to look back, he's disconnected. You don't watch the hookup like you would in the A10. You get those lights under him, you get up underneath his belly here, and you will hear contact, taking fuel.
You're taking fuel.
And now he's hooked up. Because you can't see that. You can't see it from, like, you can't watch that. There's no way you'd be able to control it. You just gotta watch those lights straight ahead of me at the front of the plane. You'll see those two green lights right there, basically. And if they are, the right one is forward and back, the left one is up and down. And you just watch your fuel flow and your speed relative to the airplane. Give me just a second, sweetheart. And I'm getting wavy here, I'm getting wavy here. Pilot-induced oscillation, PIO. It is a real thing. And that's when your plane starts going up and down, up and down, up and down. You can't control it. Oh my God, I just lost connection. Sorry, I'll look at chat in just a second here. Let me finish this load off. I need like 800 pounds. Give me just a second here. But you can see I started approaching the plane at like 2,700 pounds per hour, and now I'm at like 3,300, 3,400 to keep up with it because I'm heavy. Wish he would connect. Give me just a second here.
Contact.
Contact, taking fuel. So yeah,
You're taking fuel. Transfer complete.
transfer complete. So you literally just need to touch it. Whew. All right.
Fast rare.
All done. Appreciate the fuel, brother. Close the door. Since I pressed A and B to change the throttle, yeah, you do a lot of tapping then. Fun fact, the lights are still accurate when inverted. I bet they are. Yeah, there are lights in the front. Where'd she go? Oh, there she is. Jeez, you blended into the floor. Yeah, no, there's lights on the front of the plane, so I'll get a little bit closer so you can see them here. If I don't take the tanker out. You see those LED strips right there? It says D and U and F and A. That's forward and aft, down and up. They will tell you which direction you need to go and maintain. If they're red, you're too far one way or the other. If they're green, you're good, basically. So, yeah, they definitely help, 100%. See you later, brother. Oh, yep, and I smell you.
Oh God.
Wow. My dog just gave me the business in a little toot frenzy there.
Oh God, you smell
Stink,
so bad.
little doggo. Holy cow. Anyway. There should be a lever somewhere. Oh,
I'll go to this side.
huh? Yeah, my head thing's there. Good night.
Night.
Oh, bye. Thank you. Night night. Yeah, there should be a lever somewhere to extend that probe. Yeah. No, it was the dog. There's a dog in here. I promise. It wasn't me. There's a dog in here. Where are we? Holy, we are far away.
They can't see you.
They can't see the dog. No, he's down there. I promise. He's a little house cow.
They can't see you, but they
He's
they
here.
could smell you. They would know.
Yeah, if you could, jeez, he has more worse gas than anything or anybody. It's rough. Honey,
Yes.
there is a bottle in the door of the refrigerator with all the Asian sauces. It's a bottle of soju. It was like $3.50.
I'll bring it to you.
Would you mind bringing that to my? Thank you. We are going to buzz the old pyramidos in Egypt. It was really, or Sinai, whatever you want to call it. I was really it's kind of weird that DCS puts out as many maps as they do. And only certain ones really get played. A lot of people, I understand, a lot of people can't afford to buy maps every 6 months to a year. Thank you. And
Love you. Have a good night.
I get it. They're $50, $60, $70, $80, whatever. But it takes time, brother. Been in the game a week. I've been on and off of the game for 8 or 9 years or however long. But yeah, a lot of these maps they put out are great maps, but no one ever does anything with them. And then they're like, oh, this map came out. We put all this time and effort into this massive map, you know, massive map, and then boom, we're gonna put out another one, you know, and it's just we are cruising. But well, if you Danos, is that Soris or Sonus? Hold on. Yeah, Soris. Oh, okay. Not even sure. I love this part of the game. Dead quiet, as it should be. It's amazing to me. Anyway, you haven't bought a plane. Do you have a setup? What are you using to run with it? Are you working a controller? I heard someone in here earlier running a controller and it blew my mind. If you can do it, do it. But dang, good for you. I ran one plane for 6 years, 7 years, the A10C. I ran that plane because, again, I was actively working on it, maintaining it in real life. That's all I wanted to fly. I just wanted to shoot the gun on it and do stuff with it. And then I kind of got to the point where I wanted to start, okay, I want to do some air-to-air, I want to do some stuff like that. So I bought the F-16 and I've been obsessed with it. I can't get out of it. Extreme 3D Pro, but I just upgraded X56 so tests. I got you.
Pull up.
Don't yell at me. We call that the bitching Betty. As long as you have some sort of HOTAS, man, it just depends on what do you want to fly? You know, do you like air to ground specifically? Do you want to kind of be versatile? Do you like carrier landings? Are you good with just runway takeoffs? I mean, this game is so unreal to me. Like, it just blows my mind. And again, it's Air Force endorsed. We use this to train our pilots in VR, and it is the most realistic sim on the market, other than Microsoft Flight Simulator, which is not for me, could be for other people, but it is not for me. I prefer to have the option to blow things up if I want to. But yeah, it just depends, you know, whatever you want to do. That's when you decide kind of what you want to buy, or what plane do you want, or whatever else have you. You know, it's, again, I don't want to get too many airplanes in my inventory because it's just so hard to keep up with all the startup procedures and how to run all the weapon systems and all the stuff, because it's so involved in every airplane and it's so just in depth. So I chose two. I have a slow plane for blowing everything in the world up, and I have a fast plane that can shoot other planes and blow stuff up. And I just want to learn everything about those. Hey, if carrier landings are your thing, F-18's the way to go, 100%. That's its bread and butter, is the fact that it can do that and it can do runway landings. The F-18 landing gear is specifically built for carrier landings, for hard landings, you know, and it's that's what it's built for. So if we can get some pyramid action here. I know they're up here. Let's see. Get some altitude so I can actually see. It's fun buzzing the ground too. They should be on Cairo. Where are they? Can't remember if you can see them on the map. They are in Cairo, obviously, but should be like in here maybe. Get that daggum grid out of here. Out here somewhere. We'll see them. They're pretty large. So, and we're frozen. There it is. Jeez Louise. I want to get the F-14, but I tried it and it's a pig. I've heard it is, but it is reliable. I mean, there's still countries with flyable F-14s right now. It is reliable. It is just, it's outdated. That's the only thing. And if you think about it, everything's outdated. A lot of the F-16s and a lot of all these planes. The new F-15 coming out isn't really. It's going to be the newest thing. But a lot of these planes are outdated, and that's just how she goes. I mean, it's hard to keep up with all this stuff. There they are, pyramids out to my right. Here we go. Let's go buzz old King Tut over there. Are you on task or just flying? I'm just flying around. Like, so I created this map just with tankers in it for specifically refuel practice. I have maps that I have created that have, you know, camps and SAM sites and AAA or just troops, or, you know, varying skill levels of difficulty to approach an attack. But 90% of the time I fly around by myself. So I just kind of do stuff that I can handle alone, and I'll probably load up a map here in just a second and go actually blow some stuff up once I buzz these pyramids here. And once I buzz the pyramids and land probably real quick, I'll probably load up my Persian Gulf map. I have a pretty good setup out there for blowing stuff up. I'll probably put some CBUs or some Mavericks on here and go blow some stuff up. Here come the pyramids. We get low, we're gonna split them and go straight up. Oh, absolutely. No, and again, sometimes I've had 0 viewers for like 2 straight hours, and I will sit here and I will talk to myself and just fly around and just admire the game. You know, no tasking or anything. I'll just fly around just to get stick time because flying these planes is just unreal. And again, I don't have my graphics set super high just because I stream and everything out of one PC. But I mean, geez, it's real enough, you know? It runs it pretty well for what it is. There they are. Pyramids of Giza.
Altitude. Altitude.
I know I'm low to the ground. You don't have to tell me. I get it. I get it.
Altitude. Altitude.
Yeah, I thought they would too. There's 2 more out to the right, so I don't think these are the actual like Giza pyramids even. I don't know.
Altitude. 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 Altitude.
I think these are the actual big ones out here, right here. So, yeah. Again, not sure. It's hard to quote me on many things.
Altitude.
Here we go. There's some smaller ones out here as well. Little step pyramids. Ba, 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 ba. Dope. All right, let's find us a little landy spot and go blow some stuff up. I think I've gotten enough. What is that? Calm Ashwim. Going that way. And I could pull up the ILS and da 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 da. I'll just look for it. Line of sight landing. I'll go ahead and pop the tanks off here. Just because we can. And jettison. Here we go. The Viper TQS throttle and button set comes with the jettison. It comes with all that stuff. It's actually extremely useful. What are we looking at here? All right. Just do a quick drop-in landing and then yeah, as you're flying in, yeah, if you compare it to like the buildings on the way in and the power lines along the roads and stuff, like down on the right down there, they're huge. They just seem so small because you're in a plane at 6,000 feet.
Altitude. Altitude.
With it in the movies. I was the same way, man. Top Gun all day. Those wings that fold back, dude, is the coolest thing ever. Like, I wanted it. But like I said, I was a maintainer on the A-10s for 10 straight years, and that was my first plane. So and who knows, maybe down the road, if someone were to talk me into it, maybe I will venture off into another plane, but it's hard to tell at this point. I'm content with 2 planes and knowing enough about those 2 planes where I could do any mission I need to do, basically. Oh, Iron Eagle, dude. What a classic. Not many people know about that one. What are we looking at here? Oh, this is a, oh shoot. Very tiny runway. Alright. We might make it. Yeah, the cool thing about the Viper too is it has a lot of sick skins. There's a lot of very cool like liveries in game that aren't like over the top, you know. I mean, they go so far in the library section to have like anime skins and stuff. I mean, that's not my thing, but hey, whatever floats your boat. I was around them when my dad was maybe A6. I don't know if you watched the Grim Reapers server, or yeah, Grim Reapers YouTube. They basically do missions with every single plane in the game, and they kind of give you a how they are, you know, and you can kind of get an idea of how all those planes are based off of the mission stuff they fly, and they do scenarios and whatnots, and that's what kind of sold me on what I'm doing now. There it is. I kind of go and watch those guys, and their training video list is hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos long on every plane. Every plane they have 10, 20, 30 videos on training on every aspect of the plane. If you want to get an idea of any plane in this game, go to Grim Reapers, 100%. Yeah, their videos are very simple. They're very easy to understand. And like, I watched an ILS video yesterday because I was gonna set up a map where it was like 0 visibility and come in and try and land with 0 visibility. And that's who I was learning it from. So yeah, like a glove. Yes. No, I try and watch the date on the video, and then I bump that via like DCS or any update that may have come out or something like that. So I do make sure to kind of, and because they do keep putting updates out for these planes, so they may have done a video on like, let's say, a system, and that system has now been updated or works differently, or it's not as simple, you know. So I try and stay up to date as much as I can. But again, I have a full-time job still. I a few years to retirement, so I just do this, try and stream when I can and fly when I can, and yada yada yada. What I say I was gonna do? See ya. Persian Gulf. So we have to hit. We don't have to hit it with harms. I have a site that's just AAA, so we can go in with some bombs and whatnot. Oh. Man, that's good. Hydration. Due to terms of service, my hydration is water. Join. Join. F-16. We're going to Kish because that's where the old boys are. I can't remember. I think it's a running start. And I have tankers on this map too, just because. Oh, it is a running start. Nice. Come on, computer, you can do it. Laser guided bombs. I'm watching. It's 3 years old. I can't seem to get things to work like they do. Yeah. So a lot of times they will update their stuff. So like, it's 3 years old, and especially if it's 3 years old with the F-18, yeah, apple juice. It's similar. It's fermented apple juice. A lot of their stuff is just, it's great, but then they send out a plane update, and it's kind of like, ah, man, you know. But if you can't find it with them, like an updated video, literally just search YouTube. Someone has it, I promise. And that's how I learned how to fly this plane 100% with YouTube. Rearm, I have some pre-made classes here. Let's just run some. Oh. Well, we could run 10 CBU-97s. That'd be pretty wild. 6 Mavericks, 6 CBUs. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do some Mavericks and CBUs here. So let's go with Tiger Viper, which is Patriot Viper.
Request rearming.
So,
Copy.
Mavericks, this one's pretty easy. When it comes to weapon systems, along with all the other systems, the F-16 is the most simple by far. The A-10 is very complex. You have to set a lot of things up. You have to set a lot of stuff, you know, this and that. Patriot Viper, by the way, is the American flag. This is very heavy. And if you look down here,
Rearming complete.
our waypoints are set up. 1, 2, and our target's going to be at waypoint 3. So the one highlighted is waypoint 1, obviously. And so we're getting that master caution. I don't know if you knew this about the F-16, but you have a stores config button down here. If you're in Cat 1, it means you don't have any weapons, basically, and your flight controls will move more drastically for tighter turns, you know, dogfighting, stuff like that. If you're in Cat 3, you flip it to Cat 3, it's made for heavier loads. So if I snatch on the stick, it cuts your flight control movements down by like half, so you don't over-G the plane and rip the wings off. Anyway, let's set up. I'm gonna freeze that there. I have my Cougar MFDs down here, so you'll see the screens moving, but I'm doing it on my Cougars. And I bought a little TV from Amazon, and I use Helios to export the MFDs to my Cougars. So we're gonna go SMS. Oh, we gotta go air to ground first. Click air to ground. We're gonna power on our AGMs, and then we are going to go pre on those. So that way, when we come over here, actually, let me turn it on. I knew it wasn't on. When you go to your TGP and you point mark a target with your TGP on your left monitor, TGP, it'll come on in a minute. If you set your Mavericks to pre, they will automatically go to that target. And then you can go make a Maverick SOI screen and then kind of dial in from there. But then we're going to switch to our CBU 97s. We're going to drop them 100 feet apart, and then enter, and then we're going to drop them. We're going to ripple twice. We're going to drop 2 at a time. So it's 2 release pulses, and that's going to change our 1 single to 2 singles in ripples. So, and then also these are going to be CCRP, which is going to be off of our TGP point mark. If we were to drop them, I'll drop them both ways, but your CCI is obviously your dive bomb, and your CCR is your TGP mark. So yeah, and then SOI on that one. Go back to HSD so we know where we're going. Let me check Discord real quick. Get some messages, y'all. Dark Skies. I'll join that one too. Appreciate the invites. Let's complete if you want to complete. I agree. Submit. Message failed to load. It's all good. Anyway, let's go blow some stuff up. What you reckon? All right, TGP's up, and we're gonna go. We can leave it in standby till we get off the ground, and then we'll set it. Show you how to turn it on and stuff. So Everything is on. We are ready. I leave master arm on all the time because I just don't care. It doesn't affect anything, like it doesn't at 10. If you turn master arm on and the gun on in 10, it obviously causes you to dive and stuff. And this one doesn't affect you. Is it safe practice to turn your stuff off? Sure. Foot ripple 2. Okay. There we go. Yeah, we're gonna drop the CBUs first. So we're in ripple single 2 or ripple 2s. TGP is up. We'll turn it on when we get in the air. Go ahead and get a takeoff going here. Back to HSD. I'm gonna go ahead and set waypoint 3 because that's where the targets are, and I'll go ahead and when I turn my TGP on, it'll go ahead and point at them. So. We are so heavy. Unbelievably heavy. Just unreal. Alright. 160, 170, 180. Go ahead and rotate. Nice and easy. Get off the ground. Oh, jeez. Again, we're going to be dropping these things 2 at a time, so we'll lose weight pretty quick. Usually drop them from 15 to 20, 10 to 15,000. Just to avoid the AAA, really. That is the SAM site to our right. We're not worried about that group of targets right now. That's just a separate one. We're going to be headed towards the one straight ahead. Get a little bit of altitude here, and we'll come out of burner. Alright. Probably hold it at 15,000. We'll come in with our CBUs, dropping at 15. Anyway, TGP, you're going to go standby, the top button. You're going to go air to ground. So TGP is already pointed at our waypoint, which is key to creating missions. You have to have waypoints. Because, I mean, otherwise you're just searching the desert for stuff, and it makes it very difficult. If you have waypoints, your TGP will go to the waypoint. Now, you still may have to look around for your targets, but it's in the general direction. You're not going in blind. Oof. Screw it. I'm going to go ahead and burn off this last little bit of fuel. 7,200 pounds is the aircraft load of fuel. So I'm going to go ahead and burn that off down, or I'm going to burn my fuel down to 7,200. I'm going to get rid of this friggin' tank that is like weighing me down. We can go ahead and get rid of it now. So you don't want to hit the jettison button on the throttle. You want to hit here, selective jettison, pick your tank, and then you hit the pickle button. And that'll just drop specifically your tank. Because if I hit the jettison button on the throttle, the Viper thing, it'll drop everything. Not what we want. Anyway, let's see here. Got you zoomed in here. We are looking around right here. I'm gonna zoom in. We can go white hot. Gives us a good list of targets right here. Just hit the first ones here. Go ahead and zoom in twice here. Looks like some guys in some trucks and whatnot. So I'm going to go ahead and point mark that. And go black hot. You can still see it here. TV, whatever. White hot. Boom. So now we need to back out. See the square where our TGP is? We're dead on line. That just worked out perfect. Wow. You couldn't pay for stuff like that. Yeah, so we're just riding it out. Your drop clock is below your altitude on the ladder over here. I'll zoom in on it. What's going on here? No. My head tracker just disconnected. That is very unfortunate. Why did that happen? Well, we're stuck centered. Dadgummit. Anyway, at least we're online with it. I won't be able to look around, but that's fine. Dadgummit. Sometimes it disconnects and it's weird. Let's see if we can click it and get it going again. Nope. It is forever gone from the game. Anyway, 10 seconds. If you look below AL, you see the F, and then you see counting down, you'll get a circle. And then I did not set my laze time. 0. 5 is laser. 8 seconds. Okay, that's fine. So, you get a circle. 1 second. You let it blink, go away. And then you get another countdown, and that's when you drop. 3, 2, 1. There they go. Bombs are gone. Pickle, pickle, pickle. And then we can watch from our MFD down here. I can't look down at it, but kind of zoom in on it. I hate how that tracker disconnects. Or we can just do it the real way here. Wow, those were off. Alright, got some explosions out of it. Works for me. We're gonna fly. I can't look. Jeez. We're gonna fly out a little bit. We're gonna drop the rest of these things. So we're gonna go ripple 4, 100 feet apart. Drop the remaining. Yeah, drop the remaining 4. So. Dadgummit. Far away. 9 miles. Yeah, we're gonna rip it back. What happens when you unplug something from your computer, your tracker just decides to kick off. It's awesome. Alright, we're back on target here. CCRP. We're going to come in easy on the altitude there. We're going to come in over the top of these guys right here and drop 4 of these little jokers. There we go. Then we'll come in with Mavericks. So 2, 1, circle, and there we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4 away. 4 away. Altitude hold. Let our plane fly itself here, and we'll go to bomb view. Guess I could have spread them a little bit more. Very nice. I think that's everything we got. Yep. That's everything we got that wise, so we can go ahead and drop those TERS. Select the TERS. There they go. Just less weight you got to deal with. So we're going to go weapon. We're going to go back to Maverick here. pulls up your Maverick. Actually, we're gonna put weapon over here. Weapon over here. Mavericks are up. And we're gonna grip it and rip it. So it is set to pre, so when I target something, should the TGP, so let's say I pick out this truck right here, point, that Maverick goes to it, and then it makes my Maverick soy, and all I have to do is get within distance, target it. Zoom in a touch. Rifle. 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 Rifle.
Altitude. Altitude.
I hear ya. Rifle.
Caution. Caution.
Boom, 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 boom. I can't look over to it, so I don't know. They're all good strikes. SMS, selected jettison. We're gonna eject our allows now. There they go. And we are going to go to TGP. We're gonna stow it, so we don't have to worry about it. Come back over here. We're gonna go air to ground, puts us in strafe mode. Go back to stores cat 1 for better movement. We're gonna store our TGP. Stand by. Actually, we can turn our TGP off. Oh, gosh. Keep trying to move my head. TGP's off. All right. And we can put HSD over here. There we go. Do some strafe runs. I guess this will be the end of my stream once I do the strafes and then take her home for a landing. No need in resetting everything, so. There's a cloud my way. I appreciate you guys tuning in, for sure. It's been pretty good. Been a good stream tonight, so. Just me flying around. Again, join my Discord if you want. It's linked in the Twitch. If I'm in it, you're more than welcome to come and fly with me. I usually fly on my own servers, so. Sometimes I'll get up in the online boys, but doesn't matter. I'll fly with anyone. No problem.
Altitude. Altitude.
Let's see if I can get shot down by AAA here. There it is.
Cat flare.
Hold on, Betsy.
Altitude. Altitude.
This is the guy that was shooting me right here. Oh, they're all shooting me.
Cat flare.
Danger, danger.
Altitude. Altitude.
All right. Let's let's try and land without a head tracker here. I see it. All right, go to waypoint 1. Set that. Set that. Keep trying to look over. Doesn't work. It's one thing that happens at DCS if like you unplug a controller or something like that, or if you pause the head tracker for too long, it disconnects from the game. I don't know if there's a fix for that or if I can just reconnect it somehow, but it is what it is. Let's get back to base. Thank God it disconnected when I was looking straight ahead.
Altitude. Altitude.
Scan devices and adjust controls. Really? Let's see if that works. Adjust controls. Rescan devices? Is that going to reset anything? Please don't. Really? Is it going to reset like all my controls and stuff? That would be miserable. I don't want to click it because I feel like it's going to rescan and like repick everything up and then just get rid of all my curves, everything I have assigned to certain things and this and that. Go just look for new devices plugged in after game started. Alright, give it a run here. No fucking way. It actually worked. You're a genius. That's all there is to it. You deserve a medal. That is impressive, sir. Thank you. And that's sweet. Yeah, see, I never knew that. I thought once it was disconnected, you had to exit the game and come back in. So that's dope. That's actually going to be a life changer when that kind of stuff happens. So, all right, coming back to the airport now. Come through the buildings over here and give it a landing. Share my trolley out for new players to use. So, too many hours spent there. Makes sense. Makes sense. I hear you. Oh. Celebratory.
Altitude. Altitude. Sat flare.
Oof. Cut the buildings. Here we go. All right. Coming out. Overhead brake. Halfway down the runway. Speed brakes are halfway out. Coming in. entirely too high. Supposed to be 1,800 feet. I'm kind of wonky today. My landings. Plus, I didn't go out far enough. Your wingtip's supposed to be on the runway. Looks like it might be. But if I straighten out, it is... it's on there, I guess. Hold 1,800, 17, 1,800. Nay. Cut that one too tight. Ugh. Well, I know what I'm gonna be doing the next fucking year is practicing landings apparently. Jeez. Good thing it's a long runway. I stalled it to a float land. Wow. Lucky. That's what that was. Awesome. Awesome, 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 awesome. Hey, man. Appreciate all you guys for tuning in. And yeah. It worked. I had to snatch back on the stick and stall it, but it worked. Again, whenever I'm on, even if you see me online in the Discord and I'm not streaming or anything, feel free to join in. I am always doing something that's requires more than one person, but I'm usually by myself. So, you guys are, anyone's more than welcome to fly. Well, now's the fun part. First crash of the day. Well, technically. I know I broke my gear earlier, but... sweet. Appreciate it, man. I'm gonna go ahead and sign off this bad boy, and thanks everyone for tuning in. This will go to YouTube and give it the old rundown. You guys have a